Good morning and welcome to New Mexico Rising, your go-to lifestyle show for everything happening right now across the state. I'm Kayla and this week we've got this.
Gout is a serious and painful type of arthritis that's caused by a buildup of uric acid in the body. One of the hallmark signs is that the body reacts to that buildup, often presenting as joint pain, redness, or swelling.
So this idea of Skinvestment is really reflective of a shift from a quick fix mentality to investing in more of a long-term, preventative, results-driven skincare.
I think people don't realize that hydrate. Hydration is the key to not only feeling your best, but also looking your best and keeping your skin really glowy and plump. The only time I want to be plump is in the face.
So pick up juicy stone fruit, grape tomato, zucchini, sweet onions. Those items can become salads, grilled sides, even snacks or desserts. And then I tell people, go get your protein.
All that and more right here on New Mexico Rising.
Many women are surprised to learn that muscle loss can start as early as their 30s. Experts say muscle health plays a big role in energy, strength, balance, and overall wellness as we age. Dr. Tania Elliott is here to talk about new research on women's muscle health and what women can do now to stay healthier long term. Welcome, Doctor.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Can you tell us about the results of this new women's health survey?
Sure. So Viactive, which is a women's supplement brand, commissioned a survey of over 2,000 women to just get a general sense of how much are women prioritizing preservation of muscle? How much do they know about how important it is? The good news is that over 60% of women are prioritizing strength and mobility. The not so good news is that only about 15% of women are doing it in a way that's actually going to strengthen and preserve their muscles. And by this, I mean 2 to 3 times a week, working those large muscle groups and using heavier weights. And then furthermore, only about 6% of women knew what sarcopenia even is and how to prevent it. And Abby, I have to ask you, did you know what sarcopenia was before having this conversation with me?
No.
Yeah, lots of people don't, but everyone knows what osteoporosis is, right? That's the loss of bone, but that's way too late. The first thing that happens to us is the loss of muscle, right? Muscle and bone are interconnected. The muscle's the scaffolding, the strength for our bone. So we need to be talking about sarcopenia. Osteoporosis shouldn't even be a thing if we're prioritizing our muscle and building muscle and preserving muscle mass in our 30s.
When does muscle loss usually begin, and what warning signs should women look for?
So it starts in our 30s. You start to lose about 8% per decade, and then that accelerates in our 50s and our 60s, and then what's the end result? Got no more muscle, then you have no more bone, then you have osteoporosis. The good news is that you can start building muscle and strengthening your muscle at any time. It's not like your muscle cell age and then you can't strengthen them anymore. So you can start at any time. Signs of lower muscle mass include going from sitting to standing and needing to use your hands to stand up, like leaning on the chair, leaning on the table, leaning on the floor in order to stand. You should be able to go from sitting to standing just with your feet. Another sign is low energy, fatigue, neck pain, back pain, knee pain. And a lot of times women will say, oh, well, I can't do strength training because of the pain. When the truth is the pain is likely because the muscles aren't activated and they're not strong, so they're not being the scaffolding to support your body.
How are muscle health and bone health connected?
They're totally intertwined. Like if you think about like biology class and the skeleton, right? There's the bones, and then there's the ligaments, and then the tendons that connect the bone to the muscle. And the muscle is the support system for the bones. And so you need strong muscle in order to have strong bone. As you start to lose muscle, that sets you up for the loss of bone. So again, in modern medicine, we're kind of looking at the wrong disease state. The osteoporosis is the end state, which happens when you aren't focused earlier on prioritizing building your muscle.
What are some easy steps women can take now to prevent muscle loss?
Yep, and you can start at any age. And it works at any age. 3 key things. Number 1 is increase the amount of protein in your diet, because protein is a building block for muscle. If you don't have protein, you can't build muscle. So you want to have, give or take, at least 30 grams of protein with each meal, and a little bit more on the days that you're doing strength training. The second is CoQ10. This is the energy powerhouse for our muscle cells. So imagine it as the fuel for our muscle cells. We make our own CoQ10. It's naturally occurring, but as we age, we make less of it. So you want to try to get it from your food if you can, but it's mostly found in organ meat. So unless you like liverwurst sandwiches, you may not be able to get it from your diet. So you may want to consider supplementation. I do like Bioactive because they have these tasty chews. So it's kind of like something to look forward to, but think about it as an important cofactor for strong muscle cells. And then the third is strength training. And strength training, by that, I really mean to work those large muscle groups and to get them tired. So I'm not talking about like putting on a weighted vest and going for a walk. That's going to help for endurance and maybe help your cardiovascular health, but that's not activating and giving TLC, giving the love that your large muscle groups need in order to grow and maintain and be preserved. So with that, you want to do larger or heavier weights, as many as you can, until your body says, okay, I can't do another one of these because I've reached my limit. That's when you know you're doing strength training.
And where can our viewers go for more information?
They could check out Bioactive.com.
Dr. Elliott, I learned a lot today. Thanks for sharing with us.
You know, people spend a lot of time looking for ways to recharge. Apps, routines, workouts. But a new survey says something much simpler might actually work faster. A lot of Americans say spending time outdoors helps them feel more relaxed within an hour, even though many still admit they don't do it enough. Jessica Doyle is a travel trends expert with Travel and Leisure, and she joins us to talk about why outdoor getaways might be one of the best and easiest resets we have right now. Jessica, it's great to have you on the show. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so what does this survey reveal about how Americans are trying to manage stress right now?
Well, we're really stressed out. That's probably not news to anybody. We've got the screen fatigue and we're attached to our phone and something's always beeping and demanding our attention. But it's actually really easy to wind down and get away from that sense of mental fatigue with all the screens. All you have to do is step outside. This new survey found that 79% of respondents found that even a short trip is better than their usual workout routine or wellness routine. And 73% said it only took an hour for them to feel better just spending some time outside.
So why do you think time outdoors seem to have such a quick impact on how people feel mentally?
It's about bringing all these senses together and all these experiences that are naturally relaxing. So it's the wind in your hair, it's the sound of the ocean waves breaking, right? Maybe you crave some social connection. So maybe that's taking some friends and hitting the trail. You know, we found in the survey that 1 in 4 people said a weekend hike would be better for them than a month of their typical wellness routine. And we're not talking about anything fancy here, right? We're not talking about scaling mountains. This is like being outside, watching the sunset, for example, over, say, the Red Rocks in Moab. Something very simple, just being surrounded by the wonder of nature.
And if people understand the benefits, what's stopping them from actually making more time for it?
Well, what stops us from, getting 8 hours of sleep a night, right? We find ourselves scrolling in bed for half the night, right? A lot of people call this bed rotting. It's sort of that, we need to give ourselves permission to break away from the phone. Our survey found that 1 in 3 people, when they go outside, they're immediately reaching for their phone, and maybe they're taking a photo, but that can creep into checking your email, right? So it's all about giving yourself a chance to step away and relax. And, that's why places like Eddie Bauer Adventure Club are great opportunities for folks, because the environment itself is the reset. You don't have to do anything. You just put your bags down.
And for somebody who really needs a reset, how can they plan for a short outdoor getaway that actually fits into a busy schedule?
It really doesn't take much time to get a recharge. As little as 2 hours can make a huge difference for folks. So for example, Eddie Bauer Adventure Club, which I just mentioned, these have curated experiences already set to go, whether it's walking a trail, or maybe you do a meditation, or maybe it's a gear-friendly situation, like you want to maybe paddleboard. This is a great opportunity for folks to just plan something really simple. You go there and it's all in one, ready for you, ready to go.
All right, so where can people go to learn more?
So easy, Eddie Bauer adventureclub.com, and you can find your next base camp adventure right there.
Jessica Doyle, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thanks so much, Dan.
Once summer hits, a lot of us are start looking for meals that are lighter, easier, and don't heat up the whole house. From grilling ideas to frozen treats or simple snacks, this time of year really changes the way families cook and entertain. Registered dietitian and recipe creator Annissa Chumbley is joining us with some easy ideas to keep summer meals fresh and stress-free. It's good to have you here. How are you?
Hey, Dan, I'm great. Thanks so much for having me. Food is my favorite topic.
All right, so what is the secret to eating healthy during the summer without, over-complicating things?
Yeah, I think the secret is keeping it fresh, colorful, and simple. Summer is the perfect time to eat the rainbow, as we say, because so many fruits and vegetables are at their peak. So pick up peak season produce like watermelon, peaches, plums, zucchini, tomatoes. And here's the cool thing. When a food is in season, it's going to taste its best. And Sprouts Farmers Market offers local produce, so you know you're getting the freshest from nearby farms.
So when it comes to planning summer meals, where should people begin?
So I like to start with what's in season as my foundation and then build on that. So when you go into your local Sprouts, head to the produce section first because it offers so much inspiration. They have fresh, unique, better for you options that really make summertime eating feel fun. So pick up juicy stone fruit, grape tomato, zucchini, sweet onions. Those items can become salads, grilled sides, even snacks or desserts. And then I tell people, go get your protein. So some of their high quality meats, fresh seafood, marinated skewers, and then maybe pair with the side salad. And with that summer blueprint, you're not overthinking dinner.
And a lot of people love grilling this time of year. Do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, grilling is synonymous with summer to me. So what I have for you is a poblano and jalapeno grilled top sirloin with grilled asparagus. You're gonna get a bold, smoky flavor from the peppers, the richness of the sirloin, and the asparagus adds a fresh seasonal side. Now, Sprouts has so many grilling essentials, from ready-to-grill kebabs to premium grass-fed cuts, burgers, to garlic, lemon, pepper, marinated salmon, just about anything you want. So you can put the whole meal on the grill and have triple the summer flavor.
So what about a lighter, nutritious summer dish that people could easily make at home?
Yeah, my lighter dish is a harvest cob summer salad. This is so good. It's colorful, filling, and easily customizable. I think of it as a whole meal in a bowl. You're going to find everything you need at your local Sprouts Farmers Market. I like to start with their greens and then add whatever seasonal produce you like. Maybe it's grape cherry tomatoes. I love fresh strawberries for sweetness, pecans for a little crunch. Pair with your favorite dressing. So this feels light, but it's still going to keep you full. And this can be transformed into a salad that you can have on your side as a meal prep you can take to work or on a platter for easy backyard entertaining.
Do you have a favorite idea for something sweet during the summer months?
I sure do. A stone fruit tart. They're trendy and it's totally the way to go. And Sprouts Farmers Market has peak season stone fruits that are colorful, juicy, and sweet. So they've kind of done the work for you when it comes to that. These are going to be foods like peaches, plums, nectarines. They are perfect this time of year since they're in season. Now, when you go into your Sprouts, I got to let you know they're celebrating Lemon Fest. So you're going to see lots of lemon-inspired treats throughout the store. But those, Dan, are for a limited time, so make sure to pick them up now.
All right, so where can people go for more information?
Absolutely. Head in store for all of this in-season produce, and then just hop online at sprouts.com for delicious recipes.
Annissa, I really want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. You have a great summer.
Big moments in history usually come with images we never forget. As the country gets ready for America's 250th anniversary, Getty Images is launching, let me take that again, 3, 2. Big moments in history usually come with images we never forget. As the country gets ready for America's 250th anniversary, Getty Images is launching Picture This Nation, a collection of visuals celebrating the people, places, and moments that help shape the country. Here's a closer look.
This summer, America marks a milestone. Gene Foca, Chief Marketing and Revenue Officer at Getty Images, says this occasion calls for stories that are thoughtful and impactful.
America's 250th anniversary is a moment to invite all storytellers to reflect on the history we share and the visuals that play a powerful role in that, both historical and contemporary.
Getty Images has launched Picture This Nation, a dedicated storytelling resource hub powered by one of the world's deepest visual archives and decades of trusted editorial and creative visuals to help craft narratives about America's past, present, and future. Storytellers can access expert curations and data-backed reports offering guidance on representation, cultural nuance, and audience expectations. Insights into American visual sentiment informed by proprietary consumer research, and custom creative production capabilities.
What makes this unique is the breadth and credibility of the visual content from our creative and editorial libraries, as well as vast historical archives. We're providing trusted visuals and expert guidance to help brands and organizations meet this milestone.
And at a time when misinformation and synthetic content are on the rise, experts say trusted visuals matter more than ever.
There's a growing need for verified, rights-cleared imagery. When you're telling stories celebrating something as important as this milestone, accuracy and trust are critical.
As America turns 250, words can tell a story, but dynamic visual content brings that story to life.
This isn't just about honoring the past, but empowering brands with the visual authority to tell stories that resonate now and into the future. Picture This Nation gives storytellers the opportunity to share their American story in their own way, while celebrating all that our nation is about.
For more information, visit america.gettyimages.com.
Memorial Day weekend is right around the corner, and for a lot of families, it's the unofficial kickoff to summer. If you're hosting friends, firing up the grill, or planning a relaxing weekend, we've got you covered. Joining us is lifestyle expert Meaghan B. Murphy, here with some great ideas that can go a long way. She's sharing some seasonal inspiration for food, wellness, and summer routines. Great to see you.
Yay, thank you for having me.
Memorial Day really feels like the beginning of summer for a lot of people. What food trends or flavors are you seeing this season?
So I would say that the kickoff to summer is also the kickoff to chaos in my house. I've got 3 kids, and suddenly now we are all in the car. We are going to soccer tournaments, lacrosse tournaments, you name it. And we need meals on the go that we can all agree on. And Wendy's is a family favorite. Everybody loves the spicy chicken sandwich. And the spicy chicken sandwich just got an upgrade. Didn't think it was possible, but it's better than ever with a bold flavor. The new marinade makes it really, really juicy. And then you've got this crispy panko-style breading infused with 9 spices. So it's a heat that, really hits. You got the soft potato bread bun, rich home-style mayo, pickles. Really everything is in there. And it's an example of how Wendy's is really doubling down on what matters to them. And that's really creating a crispy chicken sandwich that's really premium.
And most people are getting recipe ideas from social media these days. What's one easy seasonal recipe or entertaining idea viewers should try?
Yeah, well, so May is also Mediterranean Diet Month. So it's a really fun excuse or permission, if you will, to really embrace that Mediterranean diet. This is a fabulous recipe right here using the Genova tuna. I love this tuna because it's wild caught. It is free of additives and preservatives. It's a real pantry staple. It's the kind of thing you keep this on hand and you can whip up a delicious salad like this when company's coming, fresh and delicious for summer. And if you go to genovaseafood.com, there are tons more recipes just like this.
You're also talking about looking and feeling your best heading into summer. What are some realistic self-care tips people can start now?
Yeah, I think people don't realize that hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Hydration is the key to not only feeling your best, but also looking your best and keeping your skin really glowy and plump. The only time I want to be plump is in the face. And here is the hydration tip. So for every caffeinated beverage or for every cocktail alcohol, you want 8 ounces of water. And if you're like me, it is difficult to get that water down. Make it a sipping experience. Put it in a wine glass. Put your water in a wine glass, maybe with a little mint, a little bit of lemon, maybe, float a couple of raspberries, but really make it feel a little bit more special, and then you will stay hydrated for summer.
Maybe I can hit my water limit finally.
It's so hard, right? Put it in a wine glass. I'm telling you, it works.
And where can our viewers go find more information?
You can go to MeaghanBMurphy.com.
Meaghan B. Murphy, always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of people are rethinking how they approach skincare, moving away from quick fixes and toward routines built around long-term results. The trend is being called Skinvestment, and it's all about more personalized care and preventative treatments. Joining us now is Ariel Clay, Chief Operating Officer at Woodhouse Spa. Great to have you with us, Ariel.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
So, what's behind the shift toward intentional and personalized skincare routines?
So this idea of skinvestment is really reflective of a shift from a quick fix mentality to investing in more of a long-term, preventative, results-driven skincare plan. And what's behind this is there's really more than ever, more awareness and more research out there about collagen and it's the role that it plays in aging. And when you, in your late 20s, your collagen starts to deplete and it really accelerates into your 30s and 40s. And if you take this skinvestment approach and you spend more time and effort on your skin, you can really slow down that process and slow down sort of the visible signs of aging.
And how do professional treatments complement like what other people are doing at home already?
So the benefit of the professional treatment is truly the personalized recommendation. So at Woodhouse, when a guest comes in, the first thing they do is they have a consultation with their esthetician. They do a skin analysis, and that leads to this recommendation. And it's personalized to that person in that moment. So it really removes the guesswork, and it can accelerate results, and it truly can be more cost effective over time. If someone is standing in a store looking at the aisle of skincare products and wondering what to use, chances are they're gonna leave with something that's not necessarily exactly what they need. And when you see a professional, it's personalized. They're doing exactly what you need and exactly in that moment.
And for someone looking to improve their skincare habits long term, what are some practical places to start?
So first of all, it's the mindset shift that it's not an overnight thing. It's a long game. So you're in it. So buckle up. The second thing is really, you shouldn't assume that more is always better. You don't need a 10-step routine in the morning and at night to get the perfect skin that you're looking for. There are several combination treatments and products out there that can deliver really beautiful results, and they're easier to keep up with, which is really the last point, is consistency. You really have to commit. Like I said, it's the long game. And when you start to see results from those professional recommendations, it becomes a lot easier to keep up with that consistency.
How is Woodhouse innovating to help people stay committed to healthier skin and more consistent care?
So we have recently rolled out a membership program, which really just makes it a little bit easier for people to commit to that ongoing routine maintenance. And we're also starting to introduce some medical aesthetic services into our general aesthetic offering because people are looking for some of those, instant results that you can get from Botox and filler, and they're looking for that long-term skincare health. And so now with this combination of services, we're really able to provide that, sort of holistic skincare approach to our guests.
And where can people go to learn more?
They can learn more on our website at woodhousespas.com.
Thank you, Ariel, so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
More than 12 million Americans are living with gout, but doctors say many people may not realize when it's becoming something more serious. Uncontrolled gout can lead to frequent, painful flares and can have a major impact on daily life. Joining us this morning are Dr. Suneet Grewal, a rheumatologist with East Bay Rheumatology Medical Group, and patient advocate Glenn T., who has lived with uncontrolled gout for decades. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Dr. Grewal, what's the difference between gout and uncontrolled gout?
Yeah, so gout is a serious and painful type of arthritis that's caused by a buildup of uric acid in the body. One of the hallmark signs is that the body reacts to that buildup, often presenting as joint pain, redness, or swelling. Now, in contrast, uncontrolled gout is where the body is not clearing that uric acid effectively, and a patient can experience frequent flares or develop gouty lumps that we call tophi and have an elevated uric acid in their bloodstream despite taking gout pills.
What are some of the warning signs that gout may not be under control?
Yeah, so the warning signs would be that a patient is experiencing 2 or more flares per year. They might have unresolving gouty lumps or tophi, and their uric acid might remain elevated despite their treatment. So the American College of Rheumatology recommends that gout patients shoot for a goal of less than 6 milligrams per deciliter with their uric acid. And if that's not happening, that could suggest that someone has uncontrolled gout.
If someone is still having symptoms, even while taking medication, what should they do next?
The first important step is that they talk with their primary doctor, or if they have a gout specialist, to talk to that doctor. I usually recommend that patients go prepared when they're going to have that conversation. A great resource for your viewers is goutquestions.com. And this can provide information on what gout is, how we monitor gout. A misconception is that patients will think that gout is driven by diet or lifestyle, and not recognizing that, in fact, there's a role that genetics and kidney function can play. So these are all important things to think about, know about, and then present to your doctor when you talk to them.
Glenn, how did uncontrolled gout affect your day-to-day life?
Well, back in the early 1990s, and even before, I was very active. I did triathlons for about 25 years. I had family activities. And the way it affected it was I was actually in the YMCA locker room and had a flare in my right foot area, and the classic big toe was red, it was swollen, it was warm, and it hurt really bad. And they continued, and they spread throughout my body, not just the flares, but the gouty nodules, the tophi. It actually spread not just on my foot, but throughout my body, including my ear. And at that time, I realized I need to have another conversation with my family physician and get advice.
Glenn, what would you say to someone who's dealing with frequent gout flares right now?
I would say educate yourself as much as you can. There's lots of resources, not just from medical groups, but it's very widespread with different websites, right? And educate yourself so you can talk to your physician and know what to ask and learn as much as you can.
Right. One more time, where can people go for more information about uncontrolled gout?
So goutquestions.com is a great resource for people watching.
Excellent. Thank you so much both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And that's going to do it for this week's episode of New Mexico Rising. Thanks so much for being here with us today. Be sure to check out our website at newmexicorising.com, follow us on social media at New Mexico Rising, and head over to YouTube at NM Rising to catch anything you might have missed. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week on New Mexico Rising.
When the light angles into the leaves, you can't place the scent or the breeze. A million tiny lives lie hidden in the trees. Soft voices whispering extraordinary things. A neon shift replaces the faces that you knew. Your lizard brain is bracing for the change inside of you.